Hey guys, I've got something for you here you might find interesting. It's a 1973 Cadillac Coupe Deville two-door. You don't find too many of these anymore, especially not sitting in the barn. This one's been here since 1996, best I can figure. The registration on the window last time it was driven was in 96. I think it drove itself in here and just never came back out. You could call it a barn find, but it's really not, because I've known about it for years. I didn't really find it, I just knew it was here. So I have recently purchased it, and so now it is mine. And me and my son here are going to work on trying to get it running and see what we can do to get it out of here.
Yep.
Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Is this going to be your car to drive back and forth to high school one day?
Maybe.
You can afford to put gas in it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do a little walk around real quick. Give you an overview of the car. It's the body is in excellent condition from about the beginning of the back fenders forward, because it's been under shelter for that long and it has not leaked. The problem is the back of the car is not in such good condition simply because it was longer than the barn. As you can see, the roof stops where the barn is. The car's still going. So from here, from about here back, it's got problems. A good body man could probably fix it, but I can't afford to pay a good body man to fix it, so maybe I will make an attempt at fixing it myself. The worst thing I see right now is on this trunk lid. There's a nice hole here. I may find more as I clean it up and work on it, but we'll get to that. The gist of it is the front half's good, the back half's bad, so I might just name it Old Rusty Butt. Or something along those lines. It does have a hole here where the old vinyl top trim has been holding water. You can see it's got a lot of cancer under here from the problems there. The interior, so-so, but we'll get to checking that out later. But what I want to find out first is what's under the hood. I suspect it has a 500 in it, but I don't know for sure. So we're going to look at that first and find out what we're working with.
Huh?
Yep. There goes the hood.
I can't lift it.
Yeah, that's a big old hood. It's got a catch right here. Pretty sure. Yep, it's right there. Alright.
I saw some metal I was pushing on earlier.
There might be some critters under here, so you'll know till we get it lifted. Hopefully the hood bracket's not going to bend. Oh, come on. Oh man, that's so tight. Come on. There we go. I think we're clear.
No critters?
No critters.
Okay.
We're gonna need to grease some hood latches, hood pieces. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's see.
Wait, it's gonna hold itself? Cool.
All right, what is this thing? Let's find out here. Let's see if we can get it in focus here.
What is this?
We have GM. Oh yeah, it is not a 501. It is a, or I'm sorry, let me back that. It's not a 500. It's a 472 cubic inch. So we have a 472 here. Oh, I was hoping it was a 500, but that's okay. 472 is a big engine. 500 cubic inches. That was the biggest engine Cadillac ever built. That's the biggest cubic inch engine GM ever built for cars. Oh, there we go. Let's see how bad the trunk is. Yeah, it's gonna need some work, bud. Man. Yeah, she got some issues. She's got the spare tire cover still on the spare tire. Wow. Not much in here though. A little bit of stuff. I was expecting to find some critters, nests and whatnot, but boy, that trunk is eat up with rust.
Whoa, look at this, Daddy.
I mean, look at there. Well, no surprises. Good Motors, Rock Hill, So maybe that's where it came from.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
Yay!
All right, well, the trunk's open. So the first question I got is, can I turn the engine with a fan blade, which I seriously doubt, but never know till you try. I don't believe it's going to turn over by the fan blade, though. I seriously doubt a 472 is going to turn that easy, especially sitting for that many years. Nope. All right. Let's get a wrench on the engine. Wrong way. Lefty loosey, righty tight.
Yay!
Alright, let's see. That is my positive, and that's my negative. So at least I got the right orientation on the battery. Now the question is, a lot of times when you hook a brand new battery up in a car like this, you got to make sure you don't get no smoke anywhere.
Wait, isn't this a tractor battery?
Alright, hold on. I didn't get no sparks. This thing just catch on fire. That would really stink. Alright, so I guess so far so good. I don't see no smoke coming from anywhere. What we're gonna do next is, and for my audience, for you guys as well, I'm gonna pull this air cleaner off because I want to make sure that I don't want to know what's under here, because if it's full of stuff and mouse and this and that and the other, and I try to turn this engine over, it's going to suck all that stuff right down the intake, which would not be good. So let's find out. Survey says, anybody in there? Ah! Nope. Okay. Oh yeah.
That thing's clean as day.
Yeah, it looks good. There's an air filter in it too. Check it out. You got no trash. I actually throw it to the carburetor. It looks pretty decent.
Daddy, what is...
Hold on. Well, there you go. One working power window. Let's see, does this door have a window in it? Oh, I think it's in there. I just think it's jammed. It sounds like it's hanging up. Is there glass in there? Can you tell? Might have to work on that later. Oh! Did it turn?
What?
The engine. Oh,
It turned! It turned!
Oh yeah. We got a free engine. Hot diggity dog. That's half the battle right there. These old cars, I'm tell you what, bud, these old cars, once, if you can get them to fire and you can get some spark in them, as long as they got gas, they'll run.
They won't quit.
Yep. Okay, so we got a motor that turns. Let's see if we still got any oil in it. Oh yeah, she's a little about half past baked, but it's oil. Now, I would be real surprised if it fired, but we're gonna find out. You guys let me know if it sparks. I'm gonna go turn the key.
Okay, let's do this. Hopefully it will. Nope, I didn't see any.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't think it would. That's some rusty right there. You can see that would stop it from firing too. But let's see if the points are going to do us any good. Oh, I see a spark.
Huh?
I had a spark. All right, so I got something coming. Let's see. Trying to get the rust off the rotor contact. On. Alright. Why do I not have spark?
Sir?
Okay, I wonder if it's got a bad coil. Now I'm getting spark at the points, so I suspect I have a coil problem. So we're gonna, I went and robbed this one from somewhere else. Alright, turn it up. Well, I think I had a bad set of points after a little bit of troubleshooting and messing around with it some. Seemed to be, it would intermittently want to fire here and there. That could only be the points. So I do believe once I get these in here, we'll have better spark. It's a shame the cost of things nowadays. You used to buy a set of points for these cars for $5, and now it's like, what was it, $25 for a set of points. It's ridiculous. But I guess it is what it is. But if it'll get the old girl cranked up and running, I guess it'll be worth it. Be nice to hear this old 472 come back to life. I'm gonna set the gap points at about 16 thousandths. I think that's a pretty good start. Anyway. Okay. See what that'll do. Okay, this is what I was looking for. Watch this. That, my friends, is fire. I know we got fire. There you go. She's alive. Made a lot of noises, but she's alive. She doesn't sound too happy about it, but water pump's locked up, I think. Pump. Day number 2, guys. Me and my little sidekick here worked on it yesterday. So to kind of summarize what I had in the last segment of the video you just saw was the smog pump was locked up, so I cut the hose off, cut the belt off the smog pump, and then when it was first running, the air conditioning compressor pulley was turning and then it locked up. So now I'm gonna try to get it to where it'll turn, because it actually feeds the it also runs the power steering pump. When you imagine driving this car without power steering, it's just not gonna happen. And I don't want to cut the belt off, because then I have to find a belt to bypass it, and I don't want to do that either. So if I can get it going, then that'll take care of that. Next thing we need to do, since we got it firing and we got it cranking up, is see about fuel. I have a fuel tank that I could use if I need to, but we really like to find out if the tank, what's in the tank. I know what's in the tank is no good, but if I can get a little bit that's in the tank out, or if it's empty, if I can put fuel in it and get the fuel pump to pull it up, that would be even better, so I could just run off the tank it has. So we'll get one step closer to getting it going. So that's where we're at. We're going to keep going, And I think I'm gonna have my little fella. This is the belt I cut off.
Oh.
Yeah, you weren't here when I did that because you had to go home.
I was getting tired.
Yeah, you were getting tired.
And bored.
So anyway, so we're going to get to getting back on this deal. I'm gonna have my little guy here pump some tires up. Here going in. Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
This car's raising up. Crazy what air can do.
I'm gonna go ahead and put some coolant in it because I don't want to run it with nothing in it, and also want to find out if I got any issues with the
This one's 32 and the two in the back are 34.
grease plugs or anything like that.
Daddy.
You know what, bud? I think this thing had it was holding coolant. It was low, but it's actually, I've only put maybe a quarter of a gallon in it, and it's filled up. So along with my generator, I brought my shop vac to my house. So we're going to get all this hantavirus nests and and stuff cleaned up before we get too far. And plus, those are potential fires you can't put out when they start on these engines if I happen to have a backfire or something. So we'll go ahead and clean it up, suck all this mess up into my big old vacuum cleaner. Alright, what we're doing now is we got my hose, a water hose running to the gas line off the carburetor. I'm gonna try and pump some fuel out of the tank, see if we can use the tank at this point, see what we got.
Clear it up a little bit, ain't it?
So, still awful dirty looking.
Still dirty.
It smells a little bit like gas, but not a lot.
There ain't no telling. Been sitting here a long time.
Alright guys, we're gonna see if it'll run for real this time. I think we got enough fuel pumped through the tank to where we're getting fuel that'll actually burn. It's kind of varnishy looking, but I do believe it'll burn. Top the carburetor off with some fuel. I got my neighbor come by and wonder what I was doing over here, so I had to make sure I was clear with security. So let's see what happens. I think I might have a fuel leak over here. So we got the engine running off the fuel in the tank, which is it's so-so. It's enough to burn. The problem I got right now is the smog pump is totally locked up, which is this guy right here. But the smog pump in GM's Infinite Wisdom, the way it works is it comes off the crankshaft up to the water pump over to the smog pump. Then you have another belt that goes from the water pump to the alternator. Well, if your smog pump's locked up, then basically you can't run anything. If you cut the belt off the smog pump, water pump won't run, alternator won't run, and of course that's no good. And there's no way to adjust it out because you got to have a working smog pump in order to do anything so far as It's basically like if you take the smoke pump out, nothing works, which is really stupid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this belt off for now, and I bought some shorter belts, really short belts. They're about anywhere from 30, 31, 32 inches long, and I'm going to figure out which ones fits the best, and I'm going to basically force it over this top pulley and the bottom pulley without adjustment, which you can do if you're careful, and bypass the smog pump so that I can get the water pump running along with the alternator, and that way I'll be able to let the engine run for a while and not have it overheat, and hopefully have something that I can drive out of here. So that's my next goal. Got it. I think that'll work. Okay, I think we have a working engine. I'll let her run for a little bit. Check her out. Gasoline. Well, she runs, but she's leaking fuel everywhere. Check it out. No smoke. Alright, I gotta get a fuel pump. That's definitely gotta be fuel. You are leaking everywhere. Everywhere. Pretty sure that's what that is. Let's see. Oh yeah. Got gas. Oh well. But she runs. But I ain't going nowhere like that. I don't want to ever catch on fire. Well, looks like she's a runner. She might move. I don't really want to push my luck with the fuel leaking everywhere up under it right now. Lord knows if it caught on fire, I'd end up burning this whole place down, and that would not be good at all. So I'm going to jack it up, put some blocks under it, take a look at that fuel pump, and we're about getting one. And once I get it on there, I mean, it's going to need to be replaced anyway, because, you know, it's 26 years old at least. Even if it was put on there, it was right before it was parked. So, got to get a fuel pump. There'll be one potential problem down the road that's out of the way. So we're going to do that. Then hopefully I can let it run long enough to see if she'll move. Okay, here's my fuel pump. I got 2 bolts in it. I'm gonna get these 2 bolts out, and then I just got to get these lines that are on it disconnected, and I can do those probably from the bottom easier. So I'll get the lines off first, and then I'll take that guy out.
I done caught you again, huh?
Oh yeah, red-handed.
I swear. What are you doing now?
Well, the fuel pump. Were you out here when I figured out the fuel pump was bad? Yeah. I had it running. I was like, oh Lord. I cut it back off. I mean, it was under the car, you know, it wasn't like running everywhere. But so I shut it off, looked it over good, and then I cranked it back up to see what where it was coming from.
Yeah.
Coming right outside of the fuel pump. So I got one, and now I'm just getting the lines loose so I can if I put a new fuel pump on it, that'll be one problem solved for a while, you know.
Alright, let's see. Pull this sucker out of here. Oh, doctor named Brian. God almighty.
I know that name. He's about my age, ain't he?
No, he's a younger fella.
I've heard the name before.
Might have been his father or something. There we go. Old fuel pump. Ta-da! Just got to put the other one on. There we go. Razor blade. Trying to scrape that mess off.
Well, in a super bonehead move, I managed to tear the gasket I had. So I had to go make another one. I'll put a little bit of this black RTV on it, which will make it stick to the block so that it'll stay put while I'm trying to get the fuel pump on. Hopefully I won't tear this one. Alright, we got the fuel pump reinstalled. Before I get ahead of myself, I'm gonna go ahead and check, see if I get any kind of brake fluid at all in the old master cylinder. There's a possibility. It does have disc brakes in the front, so it may be that the back one is empty and the front one still got fluid in it. I'm curious to find out. And it does. Let's see. Back one's bone dry, front one's got fluid. That could possibly mean that I have front brakes. That would be awesome, that I actually have some working brakes, if they're not completely locked up. I didn't think there would be any for the back because those are drums. Disc brakes have a tendency to hold up for a long haul if it just sits. So I'm gonna go ahead and just top off the front. I'll go ahead and put some in the back as well. I mean, there's no, who knows? I'm sure the back ain't no good, but this might bleed its way down and get some air out the system in the process of just sitting. Hey guys, I'm back on day 4. New wardrobe. Anyway, it's actually just a little bit of afternoon work, so I won't be here too long. I'm going to go ahead and change the oil and the filter on it and get some good clean oil floating through the engine, because I mean it's 26 years just like everything else. And then we're going to let it run for a while, get it up to good operating temperature, see if we got any oil in the transmission, and see about it going into gear. So that's my plan.
If it works.
Yeah, if it works. Hopefully it does. Yeah.
God almighty, this stuff. Well, I ain't getting a good pull on it either. There we go. Now she's giving in. That ain't been burned in a long time. Let's see what kind of good old stinky oil we got here. Good old Wicks. Wicks oil butter. That's what I'm putting on it. Everybody's got their opinions. I got mine too. And you know what they say about opinions. Everybody's got one. Survey says, ta-da! Oh yeah, she's black. No doubt about it. But what do you expect? I think I have a working car, so I'm gonna put it in gear and see what happens.
It's alive! It's alive! After 26 years of sitting in a barn, she has driven herself out. Ow! Now don't do that again. I just smashed my finger. It's okay. Happy dog. That, my friends, is a working 1973 Cadillac Coupe Deville 2-door. She needs some work, but she ain't dead no more.
Can we take it up to the house?
We just might.
Yeah! Well, I gotta put it under the shed to keep it in.
Yeah.
It's a rock. It's a person. It's a Coupe Deville. There you go. Look, one taillight works. There you go, guys. I didn't get the cleanup on video, but as you can see, she's a lot cleaner than she was when she pulled out of the barn. I was real excited to get out of there that night, so here she sits. Got a decent set of tires on her. I took her down the road some. She runs pretty good. Shifts gears, does all the things she's supposed to do. I had to do a little more work on the motor. Had to rebuild the or actually gut out the smog pump because it wasn't any good, but it's more of a glorified idler pulley now than anything else. I did have a busted driver's side window, but I was able to find one. Got one in it now. All the power windows work. Amazingly how just about everything on the car works. Very little wiring was chewed up sitting in that barn. Very, very little. I was real surprised. All in all, she runs good. So, hope you guys enjoyed watching the revival video and a little bit of what she looks like now. But anyway, appreciate you guys watching. Give me a thumbs up, a like if you don't mind. Comment too, it really helps. We'll see you guys on the next one.